Today on the Dad the Best I Can show.
If she wants something, like we're at Target and she needs to, wants to buy an impulse buy, I just simply pull out her card and say, you got to pay for it with your money.
That's smart.
And 9 times out of 10, she tells me, oh, I don't need that crap.
Hey now! Welcome to the Dad the Best I Can show. My name is Rob Roseman. Who wants to be a millionaire legend? Chicago futures trader, Vegas poker pro. Now I'm a dad to 3 kids, ages 6, 4, and 1. Phew! Wears me out just thinking about it. Each week we're bringing on dads like you to tell us your stories, your tips and tricks to help all of us make it through dad life. Thanks for spending some time with us today. Now let's get on with the show. Today on the Dad the Best I Can show, we're lucky to be joined by Chris LaBarbera. Chris is 42. He lives in Roswell, Georgia with his wife Gina and 2 girls. Sofia is 9 and Ava is 5. Today we're going to talk to Chris about what it's like being the only man in a house with 3 women, why Chris swings a kettlebell in his office to blow off steam, and why he got his daughter her own check card to learn about being financially responsible in today's world. Fun facts about Chris: he has 3 espresso machines in his house to stay energized, and he can still ride a longboard better than kids half his age. Let's go. Chris, how you doing today?
Hey, Rob, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, we're actually recording in Chris's living room, which is a first. Chris is a coffee drinker, so he made us some... What are we drinking today?
We are drinking French press. It's Ethiopian coffee that was locally roasted in Marietta at Cool Beans Coffee. It's really tasty.
All right, Chris, we like to start the show off with some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What is your favorite meal to cook?
Steak, pan-seared with butter and garlic cloves, hands down.
What was your favorite TV show as a kid?
It's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 mix because I can't decide between Tom and Jerry or Scooby-Doo.
What's your favorite TV show now?
Well, thanks to Hulu and Boomerang, I still get to watch Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo, and my kids happen to like Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo. So we even have Scooby snacks that we get from the grocery store, and we watch Scooby-Doo. You get everything. You get mystery, you get entertainment, and quality family movie.
Some adult humor mixed in there?
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie ever?
Oh, I mean, it's a serious drama by the name of Ghostbusters. When that movie came out, I saw it 11 times. And my kids love it. They like ghosts. They like the Ghostbusters theme. They even have their own little dance to it. So I have to say it's Ghostbusters.
What's your favorite comedy movie of all time?
My favorite comedy is actually a horror movie, Halloween 4, Season of the Witch. It's the only Halloween without Michael Myers, and it's horrible.
Jamie Lee Curtis, or she's not in that one?
She's not in that one. It's just some random, like, it's like someone went to Home Depot with a pickup truck, backed it up and said, hey, does anybody want to act in a movie today? That's pretty much how it works.
Who's your favorite stand-up comedian?
Jerry Seinfeld. He's just classy.
If you were on death row and you had one last meal, what would it be?
I was about to go into the electric chair. I would have a steak cooked medium rare. And it'd be a toss-up between either like a cowboy cut, bone-in ribeye, or a fillet with the bone in. Either way, some steak with a bone in it. And a glass of like a really rich red wine, like a Cabernet Franc, or just like a really heavy Cab, and some asparagus. You can't go wrong with grilled asparagus. When you have the asparagus with the grill marks on it, classic.
You make it sound like a good way to go.
It is.
What's your favorite place to travel?
Oh, New York City. There's culture, there's food, there's a subway to get you around, there's Uber, there's shows, there's just so much to do in New York.
And it's probably a great place to take the 3 women in your life, which leads us into your dad life. So you're a dad to 2 girls. How old are they?
So Sofia is 8. She's turning 9 in December, and Ava's 4, turning 5 in December. So they're both December babies. So Christmas is a month of just getting mugged. I mean, you basically have 2 birthdays and Christmas.
So it's you, Gina, Sofia, and Ava. So yeah. How does a dad survive with three women in his house at all times?
You know, it takes a lot of patience because hair always has to look perfect. So, and a lot of times the kids will interrupt Gina when she's getting ready. So, do my hair, straighten my hair. Ava has curly hair and wants her hair straightened. So Gina has to straighten it. Sofia has straight hair and wants it curly, so we curl it. This is the insanity. Even at the young age of 5, their nails have to be done. They want their hair straightened.
Wow.
It just gets It's high maintenance to go anywhere. So if you want to be somewhere on a Saturday at noon, you got to start getting ready around 8 o'clock.
Oh, they start this young, huh? It's high maintenance.
High maintenance.
It's different. It's different having. I've got 2 boys, and I have a girl coming up the road. She's only 1, but it's going to change, huh?
It's totally going to, because let's just say there's a soccer game that starts at 9.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful about which socks you pick out to wear to the soccer game, because socks are very important. Just the little pants.
Wow.
Yeah, it's which hairstyle she's going to have for the game. And this is my 5-year-old. She's the biggest diva of them all. She's ridiculous.
She learns from mom and big sister and takes it to the next level.
I mean, she started wearing princess dresses when she was 1 and grew out of the princess stage wearing the Disney princess and just became a full-life princess.
Man, it's very different. You don't know that. Your house, you have 2 kids, but if they're 2 girls, it's very different than growing up with 2 boys.
They like doing things like playing basketball, riding on a boat. They'll even work on cars with me. I mean, they'll do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One of the windows went out in my wife's SUV, and you could either deal with taking it to the dealership and messing with all that, or you just go to AutoZone, pay them $80, and you pop it in a new window regulator. The kids, they hand me the tools. They work on it with me. I show them which wires to work on. They have fun.
That's awesome. You're making them self-reliant and resourceful. Let's take a quick break to talk about our Dad Tip of the Week for you, brought to you by Kickstart Reading. At Kickstart Reading, you can watch 2-minute videos that teach your kid how to read. This is how I taught my 5-year-old going into kindergarten how to read, and now my 4-year-old in pre-K is learning to read with these videos now too. Best part? 2 minutes. What dad doesn't have time for 2 minutes? Come on, guys. Go to kickstartreading.com and use the code DADTHEBEST to get your first month free. That's kickstartreading.com. So on the Dad the Best I Can show, we like to do a dad tip of the week. Chris, I know you've got many, but what is one dad tip of the week you can give other dads out there?
You just got to be patient with them. They're special. They're very emotional creatures. So, your daughters make you really angry. Just leave the room. Get a kettlebell. Go swing it around. I've got a 60-pound kettlebell, and I've got a 45-pound kettlebell. They have their names Sofia and Ava on them.
That's great.
You'd be surprised the kind of workout you can get in 10 minutes, and it just calms you down. Walk away from the situation, because there's no way to win an argument with one woman, let alone 3.
So what do you think? We've talked a little bit about social media and how that's changed the way parents think of the world and the news, how much more of that there is. I don't really think that we're living in a more dangerous place, but when you visit family and you talk to other parents, they're afraid to let their kids walk outside. What do you think of all that?
What also starts is, rumors can spread real fast in social media, as well as fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's the most powerful source on the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let your kids outside. Well, I let my kids go ride their bikes. They have their little watches. We got them from the Verizon store.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever they go, they have their own phone number. They can call family, friends, tracker watches. We could track them on the watch. If the kids want to go ride their bike in the neighborhood, go. So plans change, call me. I'm not one that's afraid to let my kids outside, because I think they're missing out on a whole lot. Just kicking around a creek bed and throwing rocks are the things that my girls like to do. I don't see anything wrong with letting them go outside and play.
Yeah.
Now, there's parents that think it's a scary place. Well, there were bad things that happened 20, 30 years ago. There just wasn't Facebook to blast it out to 300 million people.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what happens is, you have things like Facebook feeding the news, and then things being broadcast on TV. We don't watch the news either at my house. Totally against it.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. People think it's crazy that I'm missing out on, what's going on. I'm like, if there's something really important, I'll probably hear about it. So
exactly, and what's even better is on my Apple phone, I've got the news, and for a while, whenever I unlocked my phone, it would just tell me all the stuff I just didn't want to see. You could go in there and edit your news feed. I get pushes from the Food Network. I get tips from Men's Fitness. So everything I have to do is either how to make a perfect holiday souffle, or which wines to pair with what pies. That's the kind of news I want to read.
You're curating your news. You don't want the fear-mongering. You want to know how to eat better and how to live better.
What president or what senator or what political figure did what. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me right here in Roswell, Georgia.
So, Chris, you're saying we're still living in a safe place and everybody needs to chill out a little bit.
Yeah, like seriously, forget to lock your doors one night, see what happens. Nothing.
Yeah, you got a big guard dog outside. You'll be good.
I got a golden doodle, man.
So, Chris, I know Gina, your wife, has her own clothing store online. What's the name of that?
It's Rosie Grace Boutique, and the website is shoprosiegrace.com.
So what is it like? I know Gina works really hard on her business, probably all hours of the day and night. What's it like being, husband, supporting that? What's your involvement? How do you feel about her running her own show?
Yeah, I'm real proud of her. I mean, the best thing to do is just stay out of her way.
Yeah.
She's a marketing machine.
You're a very tech-savvy dad. I think that leads into one of the other things I find interesting about you. Your house is very wired up for tech, and I know with your kids, you're kind of teaching them to be tech-savvy. What kind of things do you do with your kids today?
So I mean, one of the big things is teaching them about financial education. And my daughter and I were sitting at Starbucks, and I paid for the Starbucks coffee with my phone, and she said, well, how do they know it's you, Dad? How do they know it's your phone? How do they get money? I don't see money changing hands. I said, well, I have a Starbucks card, and that replenishes from my bank account. She goes, well, I want that because I want to pay for coffee one day with my allowance. And I said, well, we'll get you an account. She said, no, Dad, I want to have an account just like you. I want to be able to do Apple Pay. I want to be able to, buy coffee. I said, well, let's go to the bank. So we went to our Bank of America and right next to Starbucks. And I said, I want to open a bank account. And they said, oh, sure. Yeah, fill out the forms here. We'll get our savings account. I said, no, this isn't Leave It to Beaver. This isn't 1953. Okay. This is an educational moment here. She's a student. At the time, I think Sofia was in first grade. She's in first grade. She's a student. I want to open up student checking for her. It's free with the parent account. They said, well, we got to check the rule books. I said, you got 10 minutes or I'm going across the street and move my account over there. They came back real quick and said, they shook her hand and said, welcome to the bank. And they gave her a stack of temporary checks, of which we don't do anything with because I think checks are ridiculous. So those are just sitting in a drawer somewhere. But the most important thing is she got a check card. With the check card, when she gets her allowance or money, we go to the ATM machine and she deposits her money. Mm-hmm. She has a lemonade stand and sells the money. When she's done, we go to the bank, she deposits in the ATM machine. And then she gets a bank statement mailed to her every month with her name on it. Mm-hmm. So she opens it up. She has her little stack of bank statements. And what it really teaches her is it's her money. She's 8, so she gets $8 a week allowance, which auto deposits into her bank account on Sunday. And if she's bad, I can not transfer it for her, but it's set to auto transfer. Mm-hmm. Well, little Sofia, she takes her money, she invests it in having lemonade stands. She made a bunch of bracelets and sold some bracelets. She's got like $800 just sitting in her little account. And she's very proud of it. She's trying to slowly work it up to $1,000. But if she wants something, like we're at Target and she needs to, wants to buy an impulse buy, I just simply pull out her card and say, you got to pay for it with your money.
That's smart.
And 9 times out of 10, she tells me, oh, I don't need that crap.
And you think that's different than the old days when you had a piggy bank or it was kind of like hidden away.
It is because she's got full transparency of her money. Mm-hmm. She has ownership because she physically, put the bills into the thing and it's real. It's like an adult.
Yeah, they want to be like us, so you're making them like us, right?
She can, if she wants some candy at the store, I'm not paying for it. Well, I'll pay for it with my money. Mm-hmm. Okay, here you go. So she'll run up a 59-cent transaction at Walgreens and swipe her card, enter her PIN number. She's got responsibility. It's got her name on it. It's a little Visa check card. I could use this kind of. I think they take it more serious than we do. We just swipe that card like it's nothing. She takes it very serious. And a lot of times if there's a toy that she wants, she wanted to save up for, I think, a bed for her doll. I said, well, I'll give you an opportunity to make some money. Mm-hmm. Clean out the cars and top to bottom. You make $20. Mm-hmm. And you might sit there and say, $20 to wash the car. What do you think they charge at the car wash? Mm-hmm. I mean, I had these kids out there with leather cleaner, streak-free window cleaner. They had to do a good job. And then Sofia painted the garage with me.
You're empowering these girls.
Yeah, the garage door.
And they're probably not buying as much junk, too, because they know how hard they work for it. And
what's funny is the exact opposite. Little Ava, she gets $4 a week because she's 4, but she'd spend $1,000 a day if she could.
Yeah.
Ava treats every day like it's. Remember the movie Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor?
I'm waiting for them to remake it. What a great movie.
That's how Ava lives her life. She's just like, what? I got money.
Yeah, we go to Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm convinced they would spend $1,000 on a piece of gum there.
Oh yeah, the exchange rate on those games is just horrible.
Right?
Have you been to Dave & Buster's and been extorted there?
Oh man, I refuse to go back to that.
You're like 837 tickets. What can I get? Oh, I get a box of Cracker Jacks and a tin can.
Yeah, it is the worst currency exchange
and the Tootsie
in the
Roll.
world. The Tootsie Roll, right? That's usually what we leave with because we got scraps of tickets left. All right. Well, thanks, Chris, for joining us. Some great stuff here. Tell us a little more about where we can find you or your wife's business.
So you could find us on shoprosiegrace.com. We have a Facebook page called Shop the Bus, and we have a mobile fashion truck this spring that's going to be driving around doing deliveries for the store and promoting it at the same time.
Are you the driver?
Yeah, I drive it. It's
nice.
A 26-foot truck.
With a pink bus with you driving. Nice.
Yeah, it's very easy. You just play some music, drive it around.
All right, Chris. This was fun. Thanks.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you guys for listening to the Dad the Best I Can show. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Actually, 5 stars. We could do better than that. Brooks? Infinity stars. Cameron? How many stars?
Infinity 1,000.
Infinity 1,000. You gotta one-up them in this household. Thanks. See ya.